things that talked about it have been squelched and hidden. They are now called apocrypha. When a woman exposed to moonlight at certain days of the month or sunlight at certain days of the month can suffer again even worse menses based again on the amount of meat in her system and the thoughts on her mind. All animals with vertebra follow the moon cycle, and that's why every 28 days, give or take a half day, they suffer the menses. It is the animal portion of woman that is pulling her down. Mitochondrial DNA is which your allopathic doctors will bring on you and your geneticists will back up, and they really don't understand it, but I will tell you what they will tell you. Mitochondrial DNA has an opponent. It is called nuclear DNA. Nuclear DNA is a mixture of both parents' genes. Nuclear DNA is a mixture of both parents' genes. Mitochondrial DNA is inherited only from the mother and is altered only by mutation, and this may be of what led to the original separation of races on our planet and the proliferation of the newborns, the mankinds. Let me repeat that once more to you. It is a very heavy proponent. I'm not being egotistical. You haven't heard this, listen to it, and go out and do the research. Two types of DNA that they speak about, mitochondrial DNA and nuclear DNA. Nuclear DNA is a mixture of both parents' genes. Mitochondrial DNA is inherited only from the mother and can be altered by radiation and even thought. It is very unstable DNA molecule. We're told that again the X chromosome belongs to the female and the Y chromosome belongs to the male, and when you get double X and double Ys and things like this, you get anything at all. I will state to you that a woman has the mental ability to change the chromosome pattern of any DNA molecule, or did. Oh woman, if you only knew who you were, then man would know who he is. Since both were taken away from the homeland by which virgins were born, and from the identification in Nubia and in Mesopotamia and amongst the Anasazi in the underground realms of the pyramid where the first earth woman was put on the surface to be tried for creativity. If we understood what went before, we would understand better the dream flashes when we begin to try to understand who we are. So much has been taken away, as I used to understand it, 96 books, and now I understand it from a brother last night, 240 books. But either way, the missing books of what we call the biblical book of the Bible, that if we had it all back as they did at once the library had owned, we would understand who we were, when our gods and creators were coming back, and when the universal cosmic logoi would sanction the end to this foolishness on this planet. Let me state that 2000 is the year. The awakening has begun, and now women must worry about cysts, because as our sun puts out more energy, and this summer that's all you're going to hear about, women will begin to produce cysts like mad. And if you eat meat, you're going to produce dermoid cysts and go through all kinds of trauma, especially the lower the phylum of the meat that you ingest. Because the vibrations are low, and the body must get rid of it, and the sun will work on it, and it will try and bring it to term, because that's why it thinks you ate the meat. Did you hear me? You didn't hear me. About to wind up, and I know there won't be any questions or comments, will there? Lastly, as we conclude this way out presentation that I don't know anybody is going to present other than me, so I'll stay around so you can ask questions of me, is simply this. Mankind, human, angelic man, and gods will be on this planet this year. Before, just mankind and human shared an innocence and an ignorance, and now they no longer can live with each other in peace. Therefore, as one awakens, one must go to sleep. Cycles reverse. We are in the midst of a dispensational reversal of what is called a dispensation and a sensation. We're leaving the sensory vibrations of the third plane and are going into the fourth dimension once again. Those that change will find the menses will begin to cease, so don't go running to the doctor to stab you, please, and pay him for doing so. But understand that a change in frequency is your blessing, and one of the curses will be that they will not get the money from you by selling all the devices on a monthly basis to supposedly the 5 billion people on our planet that are females. Understand also that if you work with your mother-father image, which is your natural heritage, as the angels that you're supposed to be, many other things will begin to heal themselves if you just go natural, meaning natural herbals. Instead of drills and scalpels, magnets and crystals. Instead of all of the drugs, the vitamins and natural herbals and the trees and the barks. And it's very interesting, if you're keeping your lawns in the summertime now, you have the hardest time trying to stop those daggone weeds from coming up again, and you will spend half of your monthly income either on your mortgage payments, your rent, or keeping your lawns pretty. Those of you who are fortunate enough to even have lawns. Well, you won't have them long anyway because the weeds are coming back. One of the signs of the time is when weeds begin to grow, man is going to suffer because the weeds are your medicine fools. Pick them now, dry them out, get the seeds, and live. It won't cost you a cent. Don't throw them away. When they throw them away, pick them up and don't let them put the dioxides and dioxazines and everything else into them. Get them now while God is blessing you. The manna is coming and you are burning it up and throwing it away. It's for free. Study your basic herbal guides. You'll see them growing in the streets. The Creator has not forgot you, neither has Jehovah. Understand who you are and pick them and store them now so you may live, and at least the women will not have to go through menses in the time of trials. The radiation that the sunflower carries will help you to develop a higher consciousness if you don't let it become poison by going through the wicked master's cultivation system and being resold to you. Grow your own. Understand again that as you develop the higher consciousness, the new life forms born to you will be the gods returning in a form that they will transform the earth. That's why these precious young are being fought over, but not by the nuclear Negroid family, but by the Caucasoid state. And you're giving your children up to the state right and left, not understanding you're giving away your gods. Your goddesses, if you don't understand that God has no plural. God is one. Those who are low in vibration think low in vibration, reproduce low in vibration souls, and will suffer through the pangs of karma. Those who raise their consciousness call forth advanced souls. Their own bodies are quickened and purified in the undertaking. The male also gets healed in the undertaking, and the new soul can teach you until it's become psychically closed by all the drugs and things that this present false civilization will give to them. The blessings have never stopped. The intelligence of what once was a prosperous people was taken away. But don't feel bad. It was taken away from everything born on this planet. In conclusion, this time, like all times, is a good one if we but know what to do with it. I thank you.
You are listening to John Henry Drums,
home of Majestic Mind Matters University.